Hi, I'm going to give you an update about FindingPheno. This is one of the EU projects that's coordinated here out of the CEH. So a few weeks ago, FindingPheno had our first big event. First of all, we brought together all of the partners that make up our consortium from across Europe, and they all came to Copenhagen, and we all got to meet each other and have a whole lot of in-person meetings. Even though FindingPheno has been running for 8 or 9 months now, all of our meetings have been online thanks to COVID. So, like I said, this was our first time meeting in person, which was actually really nice. And then in the middle of all of this, we also had our first big external event where we invited people from outside of FindingPheno. This was a one-day scientific meeting, and we had researchers come from all over Europe, and they were researchers that focus on the intersection between big data, microbiome, and sustainable food production, because of course these are the areas that FindingPheno works with and that we care about. So that's the kinds of people that we wanted to interact with. The event had three main aims. So firstly was to bring some new ideas into FindingPheno at the beginning of the project when we can probably still do something about it rather than, wait till the end. Secondly was to build relationships with people outside of our consortium, and particularly to lay the groundwork for collaborations in the future and maybe, extend what we're doing outside the footprint of just FindingPheno itself. And lastly was just to make ourselves known, build some kind of reputation and, give some scientific legitimacy to what we're doing and just show that we're here. So the event was a big success. We met all of our goals. Everybody seemed to like it. I had a lot of really positive feedback. It all went really well. It was very smooth. There were no problems. 54 people attended. Over 30 of them were not part of FindingPheno, so that was really good. 47 of them came in person and the rest were online. We had 8 speakers, mostly from EU funded projects, but 2 of them were also from companies. And this was intentional that we focused on other publicly funded projects and also companies in relevant industries, because these are the kinds of people that we would like to collaborate with. The talks were really good. They were very interesting. They all, stuck to time. They covered a range of different topics within our, the area that I was talking about before: microbiome, sustainable food, big data. There were a lot of questions and active discussions after each talk, which is good. It showed people were interested and were really listening. Also, I noticed, particularly during the breaks, and there were quite a few breaks, there were a lot of people moving around and having discussions, and not always the same people talking to each other. And generally, there was just a lot of energy and interaction in the room, which is really nice. It's the atmosphere that we were trying to foster with this event. It was, for a lot of us, our first in-person event in some time, and I just think everybody was really ready for it. Also, we were in the Holst Auditorium over in the Maersk Tower, part of the health faculty here at Copenhagen University, which is a really great facility, and I think that helps give it a good impression. So we made a lot of new connections, both FindingPheno partners and also some of the people in the audience were talking about the new connections that they had made, so that was really good. I think also just to show really how well this worked, we here in FindingPheno are now following up on 3 really concrete opportunities for collaboration that came out of this event, which was a little bit of a surprise to me, actually, that it was worked so well. And I think it really shows that it's really worth having these external events where you try and bring a lot of people together, because you never know what's going to come from it. So now FindingPheno is just building on all of the energy and excitement that we generated and continuing our research. And I think things are going to keep going well in the future. So yeah, that's our update, and thanks.